Hey Josh, it's Friday. And first off, to answer your question from Tuesday, I almost said last week, my brain just has that wired, I guess. Anyway, so first off, to answer your question from Tuesday, I definitely enjoyed the session. It was a lot of fun. Uh, really looking forward to our character dynamics. And, because, yeah, like you said, I don't think we've ever, in like a full campaign, been players in it, and then also with the fact that we're playing siblings, which I think we have a decent amount of experience playing siblings due to the fact that we've been doing it since I was born. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. And for storylines, I don't really have any ideas. I mean, some missions for I'm interested to see what you guys do with my fixer that gives me the tech to build all of my stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing where you guys go with that. But in actually kind of on theme as well with it, I have recently been discovered a interesting story world building idea of it's referred to as a decaying world. So it's not like post-apocalyptic, which is kind of where Cyberpunk Red takes place from what I've gathered. So it's not quite there. An excellent example of Decaying Worlds would be any Soulsborne game. All of those games are what would be referred to as a decaying world, where the world is actively crumbling, essentially. The world is, as it's stated, decaying. Because it's just... It's a cool idea that I definitely want to play with more in some of my games. Just the fact that, like, these ancient kingdoms that are spoken about in these legends, how did they get to where they are, or how did they get destroyed and such? And I don't remember. I was watching a video for it. I don't remember who made the video. But just the idea of like the loss of knowledge in a way is something that is kind of an interesting idea. Like these are things that were like, for example, with I have a game going on in Desmondus, or I had a game. We're kind of bouncing back and forth with sessions. We're focusing on, we have a Pathfinder game as well as my game, but we're focusing on Pathfinder more so right now. Anyway, my game takes place in Desmondus prior to the Flood. I think it's 100 years prior to the Flood. I think. I'd have to double check my notes on that. Might be a little more than that. I might have changed that at some point. Who knows? I change a lot of things. But yeah, just the idea that, like, in my pre-Flood game, there was crazy advancements in technology, Warforged exist, there's a storyline with that I am looking forward to playing with because one of my players is playing a Warforged in it. But yeah, so you have just like these feats of technology, and then once the Flood hits, all of that gets destroyed, and it's not quite at the point of the decaying world. I think it's a little beyond that, because the world has been rebuilt since then, in my current post-Flood game. Because yeah, my post-Flood game takes place almost 1,000 years after the Flood. Hi, Misty! I have a cat. But yeah, my post-Flood game takes place around, I think it is actually 999 years after the Flood currently. So yeah, the world has definitely been rebuilt. Okay, bye, Misty. Anyway, the world has been rebuilt somewhat, and it's just kind of like I do want to look into the stuff that was destroyed pre-flood eventually, but I'll probably talk about that in another video. I could go on for hours about my world. I will, and have done it with you before, so I guess that'll do it for this video. Maybe I'll make a part 2 next week. Who knows? But so, Josh, my question for you is, in any of the worlds that you've created, do you have ancient civilizations of ancient civilizations? So, like, because that's another thing that I want to look into. So, like, what would your ancient civilizations in your world think an ancient civilization would have been? So that'll do it for this video. So, Josh, I will see you on Tuesday. Later, bro.